Our group decided to do our video on how does a good leader rise from failure, and this is by Andrew Baker.
Zachary Perry.
Luke Grundon.
Matthew Barrow.
Starting off with the introduction, leadership importance. Leadership is important for guiding teams and leading an organization towards success, along with emphasizing on overcoming failures. The ability for an effective leader to navigate and learn from failures leads to achieving long-term success within the organization. And then towards a definition of failure, failure is the occurrence when an expected or desired outcome is not achieved. And then in leadership and like business, it's more seen in forms of project setbacks, communication errors within your team, or any strategic strategy missteps. Failure is also often seen negatively. While it is inherent and necessary aspect of growth, it is also a improvement for leaders.
There are a lot of characteristics of a good leader. The top 10 that we found were to be integrity, delegation, communication, self-awareness, gratitude, learning agility, influence, empathy, courage, and respect.
Embracing failure. Good leaders have the mindset that makes them view failure as a valuable learning experience rather than a setback. Acknowledging and owning failures openly is very important. Building a culture where mistakes are seen as opportunities for growth is very beneficial.
Learning from mistakes. It is important to make sure you're self-reflecting and analyzing the situation after encountering a mistake. The process of learning, adapting, and applying the lessons you learn from your mistakes to future decisions is crucial to learning. Now, some real-life examples from Abraham Lincoln. The first one is emotional intelligence and empathy. President Lincoln was aware of the importance of establishing bonds with his electorate. From the very first day, he tried to gain the respect of those who knew him, and during his presidency, citizens could go visit him in his office. The next one was motivation. Motivation possibly is the most characteristic lesson from leadership. Sharing and spreading the passion for a project is vital to get support from a team and work together to achieve objectives and goals. And lastly, Abraham Lincoln's social skills. Besides empathy and emotional intelligence, the ability to mix with others is a characteristic trait of good leaders and their skills to persuade and lead teams.
And I just want to say one thing to the fans and everybody in Gator Nation. I'm sorry. Extremely sorry. You know, we were hoping for an undefeated season. That was my goal. Something the floor's never done here. But I promise you one thing. A lot of good will come out of this. You have never seen any player in the entire country play as hard as I will play the rest of the season, and you never see someone push the rest of the team as hard as I will push everybody the rest of the season, and you never see a team play harder than we will the rest of this season. God bless.
Yeah, so in that video, you can see what a great leader does after failure. Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators had just lost to Ole Miss, ruining their perfect season, and they wouldn't know if they would be able to make the national championship game, but he took it upon himself to take the failure on the chin and say that they would come back better, and that's exactly what they did, and they ended up winning the national championship game that year.
In conclusion, a good leader will take full responsibility, acknowledging their role in the situation. They do not blame external factors. They are the face of their team for the good and the bad. Thank you.